Hello, and welcome to my first revamp of an old video. So, currently, I think that my old Fixing Moira video has kind of aged a little bit, and I think a lot of the ideas in there still are pretty good. I think my orb plan, or my idea of orb, how you have instead of a damage and healing orb, you have a damage boost orb and a speed boost orb. I think that's still a good idea. I think the orb should move a little bit slower. But anyway, I'll talk about that later. One thing I didn't think I covered very well was her secondary, primary fire, whatever you want to call it, her damage ability, her main damage. So the major issue with her main damage in its current state is the fact that it's currently it's currently so easy to use. It's like way too easy. It's like old style Symmetra easy. It's too easy, and I don't want it to become just like Symmetra or Zarya's attack. I feel like that's kind of just doing the same thing again. I think that a better plan maybe is you come up with a new idea of some sort of new way that she could damage opponents. Now, hear me out here. This is gonna be a little crazy, but I think Moira should have a mixed type of firing type, like a kind of mixture between Winston's current type of firing and her current type of firing. Okay, now hear me out. This would be she'd have infinite ammo, and it would kind of just be a, like, blast. It would have maybe like, I don't know, 90 degree area. It would go out in a cone, and it would go out for maybe, like, 10 meters. I don't know, around 10. Anyway, it would go out like that, and it does, like, I think maybe 20 damage per shot. She can shoot one per every, like, 2 seconds. She shoots pretty slowly, and they don't do a lot of damage, but the main power to this ability is not its ability to deal damage, it's its ability to kind of crowd control. It has a long radius, and what it does, or not radius, it has a long cone, and it gets bigger until the 10, where it drops off immediately. And what it does is this 20 damage cone, if it hits you, it'll push you back to the edge of it. Basically meaning it's kind of more like a CC ability, which I know a lot of people are complaining about in modern Overwatch. That's a big issue, but I think that, honestly, CC is my opinion on CC is that it does a lot of good for the game, and I think that we need more CC, in my opinion. I think crowd control is some of the strongest abilities in the game, and we need to make sure that and we need to keep them in the game, basically. It's my general idea. So, basically, that's really it from her primary fire, her damage shot. For her secondary, or her healing, or her primary, I don't know, her healing ability, her main healing, should, what it should do is, instead of being just that straight line out, it should be kind of a surrounding, because right now, it's kind of like, it just goes out in a straight line, and kind of like May's primary fire. I kind of want to come up with some new ideas here, some things that haven't really been explored yet. So what I'm thinking is to focus Moira on this kind of cone-like idea instead of having her shoot beams, because this hasn't really been explored in Overwatch, and it wouldn't be that hard to change. All that they need to do is create a small little cone around, or make it so that she shoots out, but it goes like around her. And she can shoot, I think, like maybe 3 meters out, but it makes like a circle around her, like a little ring. And it does a lot of healing, but it can't go super far. That's the drawback. Now that's where her orb comes in. Her orbs, my current orb idea of a rework is going to be basically like 2 orbs. It's going to be the speed orb and damage boost orb. But this time, I think it should be more of like, I don't know how to describe it. Here, let me think about it. So what it should do is it should grant speed boost. Well, so the damage orb is gonna, or the damage boost orb is gonna be pretty simple. It attaches to someone and they get a damage boost equivalent to that of Mercy's damage boost. It's pretty simple, not that difficult to grasp. But also, they get a But then when you use the speed boost orb, it grants you a slight speed boost to you walking forward, but it makes your walking in every direction equivalent. So it makes it so that when you're walking sideways or backwards, it makes it the same speed as when you're walking forward. And when you walk forward, that's increased. So all of it is increased by your sideways and backwards increased by a lot. Well, actually, I don't remember. I said it. Anyway, you're like backwards increased by a lot, and your sideways and forward increased by a little bit. So that way, you're able to back up into her healing radius if you're in front of her, or you're able to pull forward into it if you're behind her. It makes it a lot easier for trying to get back to your healer, and the orb is kind of more like a following thing now. Instead of just going and bouncing off of walls, if once it hits a teammate, it'll attach to them and it'll go away after like 10 seconds, or no, not 10, more like 6 or 7. But it'll go away after that time, and while it's attached to that one teammate that it got linked to, it'll also attach to any teammates that are in that character's radius. So basically it'll be kind of like an orb of discord or an orb of harmony, but instead providing a boost to the healing and a damage boost. So, and also being able to attach to other teammates. So that's my general idea of how to fix Moira. I haven't never done a video like this, another how to fix part 2. But if you guys think I have a good idea, cool. If you want to see it in Overwatch, cool. I personally really like my idea. I've seen other ideas, and I think mine is probably the most changes. But you know, I think that Moira needs to have more utility, and she needs to be more unique. Because currently she's very bland and she's very easy to play. So I think that if they add more these kind of abilities, she'll be more of her own character instead of just kind of Symmetra plus Mercy plus being super easy and super strong at the same time. But anyway, I'm probably gonna end this video. And one more thing, I just want to bring up her fade real quick. I would keep that pretty much the same, except make it so that kind of more like Wraith's fade from Apex, where she can move a little bit. She can move a little bit faster than she currently can. Move a little bit faster than she currently can in fade. But instead, what it also does is it makes it so that she's able to be seen the entire way. Like, it's very clear where she is, but she can't be shot at. Like, she's kind of like hazy, and you can see her general outline walking, but you can tell where she is, and you can tell where she's gone, kind of type thing. Okay, bye.